identification, and at the same time, probably just ask you for your number of passport and stuff like that. I'll come back to you very shortly, but let me see whether somebody's on the line. Hello? Yes, Ida, let's go. The caller can just come in anytime you want to come. You can interrupt us, Ida. This is one or two scenarios we've heard from people joining us in this program.
And in fact, to add to that, last week, I think when we presented even to the National Assembly, one of the Monroe members explained to us that a person was caught up country and he had collected $9,000 from people up country, claiming that he was from QSOL, I believe, and that he was registering subscribers. And that was somebody who was arrested and put for being a fraud. So there are a lot of people who are taking advantage of this project and going around and trying to dupe people, collecting money otherwise. And so why we're saying that present yourself to the GSM operator. You go into their head office, you go to their customer care. If they're coming to you, what we're trying to organize during the course of the 6 months is that they will go to, for example, if there's a cluster of villages, go to a central point and say from Monday to Thursday, we will be at this place from 8 to 5 registering people. So you will go in and see that there's an organized, section from a particular operator. It's very difficult for anybody to prove that an individual who's coming into your house is really coming to do what he says he's doing.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you there. I hope we have a call this time. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, how are you? And can we hear you?
Yes, I'm calling from Sweden.
From Sweden?
Yes.
Amen, Vem.
I just want to know what happens if the operators are not fully, they don't fully comply. How would the government know that they don't comply?
Good question.
Because they can use fake publicity that they have complied after June or...
All right.
Because most of them are owned by foreigners.
That's a very good question. Thank you very much. And how is Stockholm?
And, excuse me, the second one is publicity. What are they doing to inform the general public that, like a sort of a timetable, that we are going to battle in this time of the day or this time of the year or this time of the month, so that the customers may know that this day, this time, the so-called tour operator will come and register us.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, he's called all the way from Sweden. The first international we've got tonight. Compliance by the consumers. We've got a period from the 15th of January to the 15th of June, 6 months. Quite a lengthy time for people to register.
Hello?
All right. Let's deal with this first. We'll put that call on hold. He's talking about the publicity as well.
Hello?
How far are you going to do the publicity? All right, madam, let's pick you up. Yes, hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Is this about discrimination or what? Cause I'm listening foreigners. I don't think ne yen warule na wax ne dolen register guy ak sen foreigner ID card. Why?
No, for one look they the right thing they now see. Wow, okay.
Well,
90 spell
what we said was that if you're a foreigner, you can register with your national passport from your country of origin, your national ID from your country of origin, or your biometric ID card for non-Gambians issued by the Immigration Department, or your residence card or your aliens card. So we're accepting registration from foreigners. If you don't have any of those documentations of a foreigner, somebody else can register you as the user of the SIM card and the owner of the SIM card. What we said we are not accepting is the refugee cards. And the reason we're not accepting them is that the body that issues those cards is no longer going to be in this country. And therefore, we do not have a means to verify those identification documents. And that's why we're not accepting them. But we are accepting registration for from foreigners as they are living in the country and they need to communicate just as much as the average Gambian does.
Danaka ndaw si am na ne comme ni ko ay daway rek ci nasaran ñu ngi register foreigners yoo xam ne am nañ seen passport ak ñoom wala am nañ seen national ID biometric one ak yeneen yoo xam ne ayda lim na ko fii nii suñ ko yóbboo dinañ leen jox dinañ register seen SIM card. But we have a friend in Sweden who I'm sure is watching the show live, of course, in Sweden. He's talking about compliance with registration and your modus operandi in publicity. We know this is not the only avenue that you've got to, but let's hear it from the horse's mouth.
Okay, with regards to compliance, because like we said, this is a 6-month project, and it's quite intense to register every single subscriber in this country or every user of a GSM service. So what we've done, as you explained last week, is we have verification teams. We have a verification team with the IEC because they give voters card. And we have a verification team with the immigration department because they issue passports, driver's licenses, and ID cards. Every week, the subscribers will send to us a list of all the persons that they have registered. Those lists are now sent to the different bodies for verification. They get back to us and say that these people have provided valid documentations and is verified, these people are not verified. And then it goes back to the operators because they're the ones who will keep those informations on their databases. So we're going to be monitoring the progress of the project. If we find that, for example, an operator is not sending in enough lists or an operator is not sending in enough documents that are being verified, then that means there's an issue with the way that the documents are being recorded. And of course, like we said, we're incurring costs, we're paying allowances, we're paying a lot of money towards this project. And so the administrative cost of not registering a person correctly goes back to the operator because we cannot bear the cost of an irregular verification. So towards the end of the project, you will already have a very good idea as to how many people have been registered, how many of them have been registered correctly, how many lines that you have active, and then you can make a comparison between those active lines and those unregistered lines. And as we move on in the project, we'll be able to then monitor the progress of it.
Ida, we do not seem to have much time. It's becoming our enemy right now. I was told we've barely got 2 minutes. Mr. Sisay, those 2 minutes you've got 30 seconds.
Okay. Nico Ida we had like foreigners a Gambians yep ñi fi nekk no wara register users a biometric ID card, biometric driver's license ñu ngi jógee ci election boo xam ne almost more than 600,000 people ñu ngi register. So si génnee xale yi si Gambia rek loolu rek doy na. So nit yi mën nañoo register ak seen voters card bin jógee si election bi. So amee tamit sa foreigner nga isi sa passport wala sa ID card yi dëkk bi nga jógee yooyu yëpp baax na. So SIM card registration warut la cost dara free la ñu ngay wax nit yi pour ñu ñëw ñu register seen SIM card.
Solo.
Yeah, mbadi ngala ala baraka fo badunga fo manika wala Malik. Allah mo ko nyimala. Pour son point même fo ani ñini kala le menke même fo advertisements comme be call ke from Sweden ka fo mo mune ke kam pour mol yalla be menke kan killing call kono wala ñin TV to be siri mendo ten be radio programme ol soto len advertisement soto men yalla ko e ke play radio station ol tole e combo ma fo ngala ni bolon kono be bansang basse wol be jingul soto men yalla ke play on a daily basis wo be pour ka futa ñom pour mol ya understand munen SIM card registration e be sula la munen la biometric ID card la biometric voters card passport wara ila aliens card natre manke gambianoti e be sula la wolle la gambian me manke gambian me gambianti ID card be bulu ñun besi dunno ñin ko kono le SIM card manke ko mo nga mo le da bonde je mo be da bi jele mo banku nafalem dula be ba ke kan gambiyal banku de me yalanko e ñin tundo ko non tolla ke sa fono fa dolle labanta ke la ñin banku dol be akele Ghana, Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya wol be ba ke so amanke kukutate.
All right, so there we have it. Of course, Solo Sima, Director of Consumer Affairs at Pura, Aidan Boob, Deputy Director, Legal Licensing and Enforcement, and Modlamin Samposise, Deputy Director, Electricity. Lady and gentlemen, thank you very much. And thank you to viewers for being there. This has been the Pura Hour. We will be back next week with another edition. Register now. Your SIM card. Good night.